Hello, and thanks for joining me for yet another episode of unboxing this last batch of East German DDR stamps that I've been going through lately in these videos. Again, I was mainly going after the mini sheets, as I don't have many mini sheets in my East German collection. So this first one's pretty interesting. It looks like it's Alfred Edmund Brem, if I'm pronouncing that right, and Christian Ludwig Brem. I don't know too much about those fellas, but a lot of interesting animals around the periphery of the stamps. I'll set that aside for now. Here's a nice small one. Very nice. Set that aside as well. There's a larger one, looks like composers. Looks like we have Heinrich Schultz, George Friedrich Handel, and Johann Sebastian Bach. Set that aside as well. That looks like it might be it for the mini sheets in this one. 3 is about average for these packs. I had one that had 6, maybe even 7, but then it had less regular stamps. So let's get into these. Start laying them out here. Try to place them in pairs or sets whenever I can. Let's see, these are not East German. These are actually, I believe, Allied Zone post-war stamps. I'll set those a little bit farther over here. I got, I think a set of 3 or 4 of those in the last lot that I unboxed. Or unenveloped, if you will. It looks like a match, some architecture. Of course, I have 2 here. This looks like it may match the same set. Here's a train. Of course, I love transportation ones. I think a lot of people do. People seem to like topicals. I can't decide which topicals I like best. There's a fish. I think I have most of that fish set already. There's another fish set in East Germany as well, which I think I have fairly complete. I'll move these. These are actually official stamps, Dienstmarks. Looks like there's quite a bit in this lot of the same stamp, and I was expecting that. I saw when I ordered, they had all the stamps laid out, so I knew roughly what I was buying, but sometimes you get a better view when it's up close, and it's actually been probably at least a month since I ordered these, so it's a bit of a surprise again each lot. There's a nice big one. Over here with that one. This looks like maybe a slightly older one. Stay tuned to the end of the video because I will tack on some close-ups of the ones that I found most interesting, and maybe have values, if anything to do with their value is at all interesting. So I always like these ones with the extra artwork tag still attached. That adds value to the stamp. Here we have some kind of antelope or sheep of some sort. Working with fairly small area of real estate and a lot of stamps here. If I want to keep it in the frame of the camera. There's another one with the extra piece of artwork attached, which I, again, always appreciate. Let's see, I'm not sure. Those don't look the same, but these two look the same. Some more of these official stamps. Here we have what looks like a large ram. Here's some, I believe, Allied Zone as well, stamps, post-war. Let's see, I've seen some, there we go, that matches that. Looks like we have a set of these 3 lace patterns. 10, the 25 and the 20. I'll stack those together. Here's another post-war, I believe, Allied zone. And yet another. Here we have some flora of some sort. And a different set with cactuses. Let's get some of these maybe out of the way here. Some architecture. These two match. Turn this guy over. This is a person I'll put here. There's a pair of the same stamp, which I'll move down here. I've got something underneath that as well. I'm going to use my fingers here because it's, there we go, just broke it free. It was more static electricity than anything, I think, holding it there. My costumes. This stamp existed in both this smaller size and one that's at least twice the size. Then here's one of my favorites, actually. I just posted about this one on my Facebook site the other day. And what I love about this stamp in particular is how they've shown the movement both at the water line and then actually the smoke coming out of the smokestack. That's always been a favorite. Okay, actually I'll move that one down because I think this one matches this one. We have a nice bird. I like that bird set. Oops, turned that one over by accident. Got a hinge on the back of that one. Here is another fish stamp from the other fish set I mentioned earlier, so I don't have to put it in the same spot since it's a different set. Here's another two that most likely aligns with that set. It's a really nice fox with some, looks like waterfowl on a marsh scene. Here is Frederick Engels with some selvage attached. Really running out of real estate now. And let's see, I had a goat here somewhere, yeah, or an antelope. So, move this back here. We'll move Frederick over there. Here's our antelope and this large billed bird and a water buffalo or something like that. That's it for this set. Again, stay tuned in a moment later. I'll come back with some highlights. Thanks for sticking around to see some of my favorites from the selection we just looked at. So the first one we have here, I believe, is from '63. It's part of a sports set where each athlete seems to have this additional artwork of the sport they participate in. It would be, I believe, a 30-cent stamp if it didn't have the additional artwork, but because it has that, it brings it up to a total value of a €1. Here we have from 1959. We have another cycling stamp. I brought this in just because it's a little bit older, and again, bicycling seems to be a favorite amongst most of us. Again, this is a canceled order, so catalog value of only 30€. We're not going to get rich really with any of these stamps, and we knew that. I knew that coming in. At least I assumed that coming in. I only think I paid about $2 on average for each of these lots, so I'm pretty happy with that. In any case, so this one I know it's sideways just to make it fit in the card correctly. But mainly selected this one just because I love it so much. It's got a fox there, looks like some waterfowl, a nesting box of some sort in a marsh, and just really nice, interesting colors, you know, kind of maybe watercolors you don't see very often. Here we have one, I believe it's from '84. Yeah, it actually says '84 right on it. Again, so it's the stamp with the additional artwork. Again, not getting rich here either. Even as it is, it's just 40€. It has a what I call a fancy cancel, or a lot of times they're considered an event cancel. But this is again as a cancel to order. Here we have the train that I mentioned earlier. Of course, a lot of people like trains, and that's why I selected it. This one is 50€, but it has a nice original postally used cancel, which is nice as well. I mean, it's not the best cancel in the world, but anything postally used trumps CTO in my book. And here we have another one. I selected this because it was a higher denomination stamp. I was hoping it was going to be maybe a key date or key stamp to the set, but it doesn't seem to be. 80 euro cents, again from 1984 and postally used. The final one, also from 1984. This one's got a pretty heavy cancel, but again, postally used. It is a part of a two-part set, I believe. 50 euro cents as it sits right here. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to have episode 5 soon.